Even though we already know that the Galaxy S24 Ultra will have a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor that will be overclocked to 3.3 GHz, it's still amazing to see the actual numbers well in advance of the launch. While some of the numbers are promising, others are really unclear because they reveal the GPU performance of the processor. The typical Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 performance numbers are available this time. Did you notice a difference between its 1634 single-core and 5947 multi-core scores? Since Geekbench 5 was used for testing, Geekbench 6 should not be used as a comparison. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 Regular Edition and the S24 Ultra will both have 3.19 GHz processors. However, the S24 Ultra will have a 3.3 GHz processor, which is a customized version of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 designed specifically for the Galaxy. While the CPU has improved, the GPU remains a challenging component. Although there won't be as many new GPUs released as there were in the previous gen, the S24 Ultra is going to feature an Adreno 750 GPU. According to the numbers, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 has 770 MHz whereas the prior generation had 903 MHz. The performance difference between this generation and the one before it will ultimately be less as a result. Whereas the difference will only be 10%, it is nevertheless important to note that this is going to increase the power efficiency of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. As a result, compared to the S23 Ultra, which is already the battery champion in the Android market, the S24 Ultra is going to provide us with longer battery life. In case you were wondering, the Exynos 2400 S24 and S24 Plus processors will be available in the European and Asian markets. Insider knowledge on the Galaxy S24 Ultra's cameras exists. The primary sensor and the telephoto sensor are the two new sensors that the S24 Ultra is going to feature. The primary sensor is going to include the 200-megapixel upgraded ISOCELL HP2SX sensor, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide sensor, a 10-megapixel 3x telephoto sensor, and a 50-megapixel 5x new telephoto sensor, without the 10-megapixel 10x telephoto sensor. People are more worried about the 100x zoom feature on the S24 Ultra, but you shouldn't be since it's going to be 50 megapixel with a 5x telephoto sensor. S24 Ultra allows you to switch between lenses while filming in 4K at 60 frames per second. This feature was not included in other Galaxy device generations. Some have even speculated that we may see 8K video at 60 frames per second, but given the file size, I'm sure no one would utilize it. Even if recording a short video would result in a large file size, Samsung is addressing this issue with the new storage option. Finally, what are your thoughts about it? So, without being said, let me know your thought in the comment below, and if you are new here, please subscribe. Peace out.